Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that are happening across the country. Of course, today, talk topic of the week, it is back to school week.
It is back to school week. We spoke a lot about just, safety for children. We spoke about traffic and Sheikh Mohammed's lovely message to students and just wishing them all a very successful and prosperous academic year. And we also spoke about a business tycoon who gave away 95% of his fortunes to save life, and it's incredible.
It truly is, and it's a reminder for all of us to give back. You don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire, but you can give back in any way you can, so it's nice to spread light on these stories. And speaking of safety for children, we spoke about the story that went viral this weekend, suspicious behaviour in a community in Dubai. A man was seen approaching young girls. Now, the video went viral, and what happened next was nothing short of extraordinary in the fact that Dubai police tracked him down in no less than 5 hours, showing their commitment to keeping the city safe.
It's such an incredible story and such a reminder to us as we go back to school to let our children know of these, basic safety measures of not talking to strangers, of making sure they know exactly who's picking them up to school, who's dropping them to school, phone numbers, their parents' numbers, and all of that. And then finally, it is Emirati Women's Day, so a massive congratulations to all Emirati women and everyone just breaking the glass ceiling every single day.
Good morning, Dubai. Happy start of the week. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Of course, today is the big day. It's the beginning of the rollout of back to school week.
No, the traffic. And we'll also be talking about a Dubai tycoon who gave away 95% of his fortune to save lives.
Later on in the show, we'll talk about a story that got eyeballs over the weekend. A man has been arrested 5 hours after a video appeared online showing suspicious behaviour.
And today does mark Emirati Women's Day. A massive congratulations, and celebrations are in order for the day.
Of course, it's an occasion to celebrate Emirati women, and it comes as a tribute from the state. So it's a state-created idea for Emirati women, and basically in appreciation of their efforts and giving in celebration of their achievements and everything that they do across all sectors. And the theme of this year's Emirati Women's Day, of course, is We Collaborate for Tomorrow. And today on Lovin Dubai, you're going to see some amazing profiles of some of the women lead this country who may not get the attention that they deserve, but they're doing truly incredible things. And speaking of doing truly incredible things, today is Monday. We're thinking about the kids. They're getting their lunch packs. They're getting their trainers together. They've got their uniforms. They're planning for the week. But Simran, do you plan for the week? Are you a prepper?
Am I a prepper for the week? Well, the one thing I don't skip out on doing is planning my outfits for the week. Yes? You too?
No, but I always thought that if I get to that level that I have 5 outfits planned for the week on a clothes rail on a Sunday evening, that's amazing.
I'm not the one ironing them. I'm just okay, I have an idea of the outfits for the week, and then the food is not on my mind. My plans for the week, somewhat, if I have to go meet, plans are planned and outfits are planned. Meal preps and all, not for me. What about you?
Okay, so you, in advance of the week, you have the outfits because you know what you're doing, basically.
Yeah.
So you're more of a social butterfly. You're not too worried about the food.
Yeah, food, prepping food, because I know a lot of my friends, they prep their meals well in advance. On Sundays, they'll prep it for breakfasts and lunches, salads and all of that. They'll have it set to go for the entire week. And I'm just no, not for me. For me, I stop with outfits.
I do a little bit of food shopping, a little bit of planning, what days you're going to go to the gym, a little bit of,
do you plan your hair wash?
Kind of, yeah.
Which day you'll probably wash your hair?
Depending on what the engagements are throughout the week, yeah.
Yeah.
The hair wash, I used to wash my hair every day, and now that's just sunk back to what?
Dry shampoo.
6, 7, 3, 4 days a week. Oh yeah, holy grail.
Did you say 3, 4 days a week? Oh, you
every
don't
third
wash...
or fourth day. Yeah.
Makes sense. And that's what they say, right? For your hair, you shouldn't wash it consecutively. You should wait a couple of days and then wash for the natural oils to set in.
Speaking of routine, do you guys have routine? Are you meal preppers? And if you are, what do you do? Because of course, as we said, today is back to school week. Are you noticing extra traffic on the roads?
Yes. Someone is just dropped off my little boy. Traffic was smooth. Okay, it was smooth first day back. You would expect today to be the worst kind of traffic.
No, because the process of the school coming back is they do it in a rolling period. So the reason we don't say it's back to school day is because maybe the younger kids start on the first day of the week.
Oh.
And then tomorrow they'll introduce a few more. And then on Wednesday, everyone's back. So if you're like maybe like a 5th or 6th grader, you're just sitting there today thinking, not going back today, but in 2 days, guys, in 2 days, you'll all be back together.
Woo! And then colleges will be starting next week and the week after. So it's like traffic will be back. Summer is officially over.
The weather will cool. As Simran said, traffic will increase, but you know what that means. It is back to school time.
Back to school. Yes, it is. What? Yes, yes.
It is back to school time, which means, as we're saying, more than 1 million UAE school kids are going back to their classrooms across the country in the next couple of days.
And Mohammed bin Zayed, President, wishes success for students. He said, I extend my best wishes for a successful academic year to all students, teachers, and parents. Together, you continue to ensure that educational excellence is an investment in our nation's future and a foundation for developing lifelong learners in and out of school.
His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, he also shared an encouraging, inspirational message. He said tomorrow, he tweeted it yesterday, the new academic year begins. More than 1 million students begin their annual education journey. And this is a beautiful spirit of positivity and which will spread in our homeland and the return of our schools. He gave his word to students. He said, how much does this country rise above? On the papers of your notebooks, you will write down its glories, and from your classrooms, you'll find its achievements. And according to your dreams, it magnifies its future. We are optimistic about you, and we see you in the most beautiful future for our homeland. May God protect you and grant you success in your new academic year. Beautiful words.
Oh my God, so beautifully said. Like really touches you when you read it, and like especially when you hear it, it's a goosebump kind of message. And how thoughtful, to share this message for all the kids going back to school, like a nice reminder to parents, like starting it off in a very, very positive note. Here we are crying about traffic, and Sheikh Mohammed is like, God bless you for your academic year.
Important, yeah, exactly, because it's such an important time. And, what happens in the classroom really does pave the way for the future, whether it's for an individual or on a wider level.
100%.
And that's why so much investment from the country goes into education to ensure that the people that, are growing up in this country are proud of the country and then will do great things. So you have that, and then there's a video if you're watching on Facebook, and it's 2 boys on the way to school. They're holding hands. They have their backpacks. They're about this yay high, and it's just an adorable time. If you're a mom sending your kids today, isn't it just? My niece Naomi is starting her nursery tomorrow in San Francisco, and
she's so excited.
She had pre-nursery last week, and they were playing with the animals. They were doing face painting, hand painting, and such a treat.
Oh my God, it really is. Like you said, like the best time of the year. Like, for parents, it's just like, your kids are going to come back with all these, like, you have, what do you say? You have all these hopes for them, right? They couldn't come back with certificates and medals and hand paintings and like just exciting, like very exciting time. And for kids to go and see their friends and just that environment.
It's back to school. I hope this positivity lasts. But speaking of people doing amazing things, we move on.
So this Dubai Tycoon gave away 95% of his fortune to save lives. We have an amazing story here. Dubai Tycoon defies the norm, giving away a whopping 95% of his wealth to save lives. Businessman Dr. DP Singh Oberoi is proving big fortunes can fuel even bigger changes, from building homes to relocated victims to sending medical relief teams to earthquake victims. He just does it all. And Dr. SP Singh Oberoi, the head of the Apex Group, went from being a diesel mechanic to a prominent Indian business figure and philanthropist. The 77-year-old businessman commenced his professional career as a diesel mechanic in Himachal Pradesh back in 1977, eventually relocating to Dubai for employment opportunities.
His life took a dramatic turn following the 2010 event in Sharjah, UAE, in which 17 individuals were sentenced to death due to their involvement in a group fight that led to the death of 1 man. So, rejecting the notion of 17 lives being jeopardized for one, he took up their legal battle, paid the fees at a personal cost of $2.2 million.
So the pivotal incident spurred his commitment to contribute 95% of his earnings to humanitarian causes, leading him to establish the Sarbat the Bhala Charitable Trust in 2011. In July 2023, Dr. Oberoi said that his charitable organization Trust would be constructing new homes for over 3,000 Punjab relocated flood victims. According to reports, Oberoi noted that the floods revealed instances where people's residences were either destroyed or made uninhabitable due to floodwaters. Consequently, Trust has resolved to construct new homes for these individuals in need.
Despite his dramatic wealth, people know him for being a humble person, and being the humble person that he is, Dr. Oberoi does not forget the community during the holy month of Ramadan. His generosity knows no bounds, and he has selflessly distributed thousands of essential bags during Ramadan. This just represents his spirit of care. And in a recent tweet, content creator Harjinder Singh Kudreja expressed a heartfelt post dedicated to the goodwill of Dr. Oberoi.
So the content creator elaborated that the businessman invested over $2.2 million and extensive effort to rescue 89 people from death row in 4 countries. Also, his charitable trust, Sarbat da Bhala, serves as a lifeline for many, including vulnerable Gulf women in Punjab families battling terminal illnesses. So just such an incredible story over here, and just, you know, like leading by example 101. And the fact that he's doing so many charitable contributions. And it's so interesting how, like, you know, it just takes one instance to completely change your outlook on life and makes you take that step towards like bettering yourself, bettering the community, and, you know, just completely changing how you see everything.
So true. And it's so interesting because people with vast wealth, there's no expectation to give. And I think last week we spoke about Yusuf Ali because he went back to he's the CEO of Lulu Hypermarket, and he went back to his school in Kerala for the first time in so many years. And that gave us reason to spotlight, you know, his incredible work as well, in which he is a philanthropist too, along with the other work that he does. And it's just amazing for people in these positions to give back in such a way.
100%. And it's like it's just a reminder, like, you know, it doesn't matter how rich you are, it doesn't matter like what level of income you have, like just participating in charitable contributions of any kind, like whatever you feel the strongest for, it's something that should be done without fail, you know. And this is like just that one little reminder, like, you know, this is what this man is doing. Let's, you know, let's take it as an example. And
we always talk about why it's a good idea to shine light on these stories, because then it's a little nudge for us to give back in any way that you can. Let's move on to our third and final story. A man was arrested for suspicious behaviour over the weekend, and there is simply no compromise on safety in Dubai, and that's what this story shines a light on, especially with a force as efficient as Dubai police. So on Saturday morning, Lovin Dubai reported a suspicious man's behaviour towards young girls, where he was seen attempting to touch a young girl's face. The man made a quick exit when the guardians present at the venue began making noise and calling him out, as you can see and hear in this chilling video.
So within 5 hours of the video being published, the Dubai police arrested the man and legal actions were taken. Dubai Police General Command calls for reporting criminal phenomena through the Police Eye service or the e-crime platform, which you can use on their website or via their mobile application. So, I mean, I saw the video over the weekend, and it was just so disturbing because this one incident was reported and action was taken immediately. But it just goes on to show the kind of people that are out there, and it's just such a reminder also to keep children supervised at all times, be it for like safety purposes, health purposes, whatever it may be. They should just never be left unsupervised.
So true. Supervision and care by guardians is so important, and it was just amazing to see that this, I think it's a video, it kind of shook people because you don't know his intentions. So it was as we said, it was a chilling video to see. But then to see the actions of the city so quickly to move on it. But it also is a reminder, I think, just as we constantly say what a safe city we're in, and we're so blessed and we're so lucky, and we know that. But you need to be vigilant, always.
100%.
Despite the incredible fast actions of the police in this case. And now they're reminding people, use the police eye to report something. You can use the e-crime platform. If it's an emergency, there's numbers that you can call. We actually have an article on the different types of emergencies that you could call. This would have been considered an emergency in this case, by the way, for people to get in touch with the police, and they would have acted as the event was happening. However, in this case, the lady also reported to us. We shared the video, and then Dubai police took even further actions to make it happen. But we live in an incredible safe environment. We have a fast-moving police unit at our disposal, but that does not mean that we should. Yes, we're in a protective bubble, but we also need to be as. What word am I looking for? We need to be vigilant.
Like, yeah, don't slack off with these.
Don't leave your door unlocked.
100%. And even now that kids are going back to school, you know, it's just like the biggest lesson in the story is to remind our kids that, you know, not to talk to strangers, not to take candy from strangers, basically. And, you know, anyone, like, make sure you know who's picking you up from school. If you're taking a bus, like, the way to your house, home number, phone numbers, just a reminder to, you know, have all of these things well taught to your kids before they go to school.
So true. All the basics that we learned still there.
100%.
20, 30 years later.
But hats off to the nanny who recorded this whole thing. That was like very smart and quick on her.
Massively so. Yeah, because as we reported, it had been said that it had happened.
Yeah.
And that we have this video. It's 8:50 on Monday morning. I hope you're excited for back to work. Kids are excited for back to school. The city has begun. It's buzzing. The weather will cool, guys. It will. That humidity will not last. And we're moving into the busiest point of the year. September to December cannot get more exciting in Dubai. We're going to have events coming out of our... I don't know what. They're going to be coming out here.
You know it.
It's all coming. Concerts, events, like every single weekend is going to be packed. You had a quiet summer. It has been pretty chill. It's been too hot, but winter is coming.
Winter is coming, you guys. Winter is coming. And with that, so are all the events coming back to Dubai. So it's going to be so much fun just the next couple of months ahead.
Yes, it is. 8:50, guys. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.